It's always great to speak with you. Happy holidays. As we are speaking, Lemmon Entertainment did a great thing for the fans here in Toronto, which is why my voice sounds the way it does. We had a great show, great lineup over at the Rivoli, but here was what was so cool. It was a Christmas gift to fans because the show was free. Thank you so much for you and Jess, everybody else for putting together such an amazing show.
Absolutely our pleasure. And, it's everybody who makes the shows incredible, like yourself and obviously the bands. Like, I think there's something really unique and fun about seeing these bands having an opportunity to be on the stage and
Yeah.
having that first opportunity, or at least having a opportunity to be part of the Lemmon stage and then be part of the community. So, it's as much as you thank me, I thank you, and I thank everyone who's sort of part of the Lemmon stage and has willing to be part of the Lemmon stage to this point.
And I can't forget Elliot, but he's the guy who puts the lineup, like busy guy.
Busy
But
man.
Leonard Entertainment is still busy, and Lemmon Entertainment is still giving back during the holiday season in so many wonderful ways, and we do it through music. What is going on right now that Lemmon Stage is part of? Not just giving back to music, but giving back in a lot of ways to the future of the Canadian music industry.
So what we've done is we put together the Lemmon Holiday Mixtape for everyone who remembers what it's like to put a mixtape together. And we just showed our age. And basically the idea was we wanted to give a way to give back to the, as you say, the future of music. So we reached out to our entire network and said, hey, we would love for you to be part of our mixtape. And 100% of the proceeds of all the music that we sell is going to go to MusiCounts' Band-Aid program, which is the program which basically puts music instruments into schools, which is amazing. Like, I think every single musician can kind of trace back that pathway from when the very first time they picked up a musical instrument. And for a lot of them, it was in high school, right? Yeah, exactly. So for us, we're always looking for an opportunity to give back. And this just felt like such a natural synergy of both an incredible network that we have from a music standpoint, but also the opportunity to give back or give to the future of music in Canada.
When I was in high school and in junior high and even public, I was in the band. All right. I played trumpet, baritone, and trombone. Trombone was my big instrument. But these days, when I talk to a lot of people, especially in MusiCounts, the one thing that keeps coming up is how schools these days, because of funding, they cancel the music programs. And this to me is a great way of keeping these programs alive, because when they can get free instruments, why cut the programs?
Well, and it's also quite shocking how small a budget a lot of these programs have. And I mean, you totally get it. You see the strains that are on the education system, but it's those moments that, we sort of look back upon, and when we're in our dotage and kind of go, yeah, those were those incredible moments where I got to get up in the morning and go and sit in band class and just immerse myself in music. And so many of the incredible talents that yourself included that have come out of high school, and we kind of look up, or we hear it around Christmas time, started in those schools. And it's really nice, I think. And one of the reasons that we picked MusiCounts was there's a tangible return. There's something really nice about being able to go, look, we've given X amount of dollars through this campaign, and there's actually a tangible sort of effort that happens beyond that, and you can see the result of the money that you've donated.
What does, in your opinion, when you have children growing up and they're able to play instruments, what do you think this does for their esteem? Just not in the moment, but in the future as well.
I think it's on so many levels. It's a place to sort of really feel comfortable. I think I've spoken to so many people where that music is a place where they find refuge, but also music is a place where they've had an opportunity to explore and find themselves. And I feel like that sort of latitude becomes less and less as, you know, we're sort of infiltrated by every single digital element in our world. Being able to have that space to explore yourself, being able to have that space to sort of really figure out who you are, and just a little bit of solitary introspection, which I think a lot of music brings. I think it's absolutely invaluable, and especially, you know, there's so much going on in the world. Being able to sit down with a guitar or a piano or a trombone, and being able to lose yourself in it, those times just feel smaller and smaller. So being able to provide more people with those moments, I think is so important.
Let's talk about some of the artists who are on. I know that several of them are good friends of mine. Who are some of the acts that are on?
So my goodness, what I will say, I'm really amazed at what an incredible outpouring of support there's been for this. Ironically enough, that we had probably so many people who are like, I would have loved to have been part of this. Unfortunately, I don't have a holiday song. We're like, well, we've got more mixtapes coming out, so you can be part of that. But we've had a lovely cross section of both young and old in Canada. So we've got Josh Bogert, Olivia Penalva. We've got an amazing the Sultans of String. They have a Carla song which has been stuck in my head ever since I heard it. We've got Biff Naked, Chris Hadfield, which I think is fantastic. I've done a couple shows with him, and it's a little bit ridiculous how talented that man is. It's like, oh, by the way, I'm also a musician on top of that. Myles Goodwyn, who's from April Wine. And there's a whole slew of other ones that I'm
Pavlo's on it.
Oh, yeah.
Good friend.
It's incredible, the just the length of breadth of Canadian talent. I think is sometimes you forget how talented the Canadian music industry actually is, and then you sort of get these songs and you're like, oh my god, this is amazing. This is like, we're such a talented country. And I think that what I'm hoping is that anyone who buys this compilation will get an opportunity to explore and maybe discover some new artists that they've never heard of before, and, you know, by extension, it'll benefit the artist too.
Or the old school. Did I see Helix, my good buddies Helix, on this?
Did.
Oh my god, when I saw that, I was like, okay, you know, drop the mic, here we go.
Well, it's also on the other side. It was like, I was amazed at how many. I was like, I never associated Helix with Christmas music, but it's amazing.
Brian Volva recorded him and Helix. They recorded Christmas songs because they wanted rock songs for Christmas for the rockers.
It's brilliant. It's absolutely
brilliant.
It's always nice to read. It's almost like having that new discovery, because I mean, we've all heard, it's the canon of holiday music is well known, but when you get to hear an interpretation of a band that you really love, you're like, oh, I get to fall in love with a song all over again. Yeah. And I think that's absolutely amazing. And it's also just, you know, I feel like it's nice to have a little bit of uplifting music at this time. It's the world's a little bit crazy at the moment. So, you know, if you could sit back and listen to some fun music and while away a couple minutes, then that's great.
Yep. Something to play during the holidays. How do we get this mixtape?
So it is on Sing Market. And basically, you just go right to Sing Market, and right there is the Lemmon Holiday Mixtape. Click on it. It's a really easy process to buy. It's $9.99. But harkening back to when things were actually, music was affordable. And yeah, it's really simple, really easy. Download and you can listen all day long. And it's yours to own. So you don't have to log into Spotify every 15 minutes to try and play the music. You put it on your laptop or put it on your phone and listen to your heart's content while you're basting the turkey for the 17th time that day. So yeah, it's great.
I want people to know that this is such an old school thing. One thing, mixtapes are old school, but folks today don't know about the commercials that we used to have back in the day, where when you were getting these mixtapes or albums or whatever, it was always costing $9.99 to get your order.
Every single one. Remember the back in the Columbia House days, or oh yeah, I never thought there'd be a nostalgia associated with a pricing, but here we are, $9.99. It conjures up memories for nothing, Tom.
I love it. Look, before we go really quickly, Lemmon Entertainment, any surprises that you can give us for 2023 that's going to be coming up? I know Lemmon Stage in Toronto is still got a lot more shows happening.
Yeah. Well, we've still got, what is it, 2 more shows, I think? Is that right? And then
Two more shows, and the last one I'm going to do what I can to turn into a holiday show.
and I think we're going to try and get down as many people down there to celebrate sort of a nice little sort of Christmas send off for both the Lemmon Stage and everyone. It feels like an appropriate end to 2022. And then yeah, we've got a lot of things percolating in 2023. We actually have a sort of, as we're speaking about charity, we've got our foundation, the Lemmon Foundation, which will be launching in 2023, and there'll be a lot of initiatives very much focused on the same kind of idea that we've sort of been talking about, which is giving back as much as we possibly can, especially to the music industry, because I think that it's, you know, there's definitely some areas where we and everyone involved in what is an incredible industry could really use some support. So yeah, that's kind of the big thing. And then who knows? I just want to get to the end of 2022 at this point. So
I hear you loud and clear. Look, my friend, I'm going to let you go. Thank you so much for the interview. Of course, thank you for allowing me to be part of Lemmon Entertainment. It has been a great year. I'm looking forward to 2023 and so much more in helping to launch these incredible acts. I could not have done it without being part of that Lemmon Stage. So thank you so much, and Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to you, my friend.
Merry Christmas and happy holidays to you. And thank you for being part of everything, man. It's always a pleasure.